Love Johnny Manziel though.
So Johnny Manziel's come out, and I haven't really like dove into it much, but he's on this like tour right now of like talking about all the stuff that was going on behind the scenes during his, stardom, like his run, obviously with
I
college,
love
and then
that.
like what happened in the NFL. But he was talking about like battling depression and all that stuff. And there's a lot of like I've clipped out like there's just a bunch of I've just seen the clips, right? Like one of them was talking about how his dad was trying to behind the scenes, and Johnny says he doesn't know this. So he's like, I don't know, I didn't know this was going on. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. But that his dad was trying to work a deal where A&M boosters would pay him $3 million to have him come back for an extra year instead of go to the NFL. Like, so he's just spilling the beans.
Basically, they're trying to start NIL a little early, huh? Oh man, he talks about like I don't know if you've seen that like biography, like the documentary with him on is it on Prime? It's on one of them. Anyways, his dad, they talk about like going to sign those autographs in those rooms, man. He was like, bro, we would straight up go. He's like, we were getting off a plane, and this guy, like, everybody always wanted me to sign autographs. I didn't want to do it. And this guy was like, hey, will you sign this autograph? He was like, I got like $5,000 for you. Like, he started to walk away. They were like, no. And he was like, hey, I got $5,000 for you. And he's like, he just took his earbuds out. I was like, what? And they went upstairs to the hotel room. He signed a couple things, dude, handed him $5,000. He looked at his buddy. He's like, why have we not been doing this all along, bro? And so he signed for this guy for just a little bit, for like $5,000 a time. And then all of a sudden, some dude, they were like in a room up there, and some dude walks up and slips him a card, and he was like, you're getting ripped off, or, you're not making the money you're supposed to, whatever. So he winds up going. He said they would just go to hotel rooms in different cities, and there would be a bunch of like Texas A&M memorabilia laying all over the beds and stuff. And they would he would sign all of it. They would send pictures to dude. Dude would text him back the code to the safe in the room, and they would open the safe. There'd just be like 30 or 40 grand in there. They had a system, bro. They were pretty smart about it.
That is the smart way to do it. Hats off to them.
Yeah, dude would just,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Dude would just send him to a hotel room. There'd be all kinds of memorabilia laying on the bed. When he got done signing it, they send a picture and show it with him standing beside it with all of it signed. That he'd text them the code to the safe. He'd put the code in the safe. They'd open it up, and all their money would be right there. And they'd walk out. And dude would come in and get all the memorabilia later and go out and sell it.
Damn.
I mean, this is one of the big things that really started, I feel like, kind of ushering the NIL into what it is now. Because Texas A&M sold 45 million number 2 Texas A&M jerseys. 45 million, bro. If they sold them for $2 a piece, they made 90 million off his jerseys alone.
That's insane.
Exactly. And it's like, if you sold them, and I know you wasn't selling them for $2 a piece.
Okay, well, here's this part. I got two things here. So here's this part. And I don't know how this is going to play, so I'll just let you know right now the context. It's only 15 seconds, but basically Johnny Manziel talks about how like he finished the football season at like 210 pounds, but then when he was partying like a month or two later, like he was only 170 pounds. And Chance Sharp's like, how the hell did you lose 40 pounds? And here's his answer.
Cocaine.
You ready? You ready? Wait, hold on.
I think they give some volume. Wattage there. Wattage.
I was 210 pounds when I left Cleveland. I was 170 pounds sitting in Vegas that August, that September, October, whatever it was later in that year. How you lose 40 pounds? You're on a strict diet of blow. I was 210.
That's what I was thinking, bro. I was like, dude was doing a lot of coke. That's the only thing that can make you lose that much weight that quick, man.
Dude, that is insane. You're on a strict diet of blow. Plus, imagine how much money he's going through.
I'm telling you, man, I like Johnny Manziel. I always have. I always feel like I can sit down. I feel like this dude's just kind of real, man. I know he was a dipshit and kind of messed up some of his opportunities, but at the same time, they kind of set this kid up for failure, bro. He came out of nowhere and burst onto the scene, and I feel like he didn't have the guidance he needed by a lot of those people that were supposed to be in his corner. But I like Johnny Manziel. I kind of like him owning up to it and just being like, hey, man, yeah, I screwed this up. This was my bad.
Dude, I love him spilling the secrets about all the shit that goes on behind the scene. Hey, here's this, and then here's this one. So it says, Johnny Manziel, LeBron James would this is where he's talking about depression. He says, LeBron James would text me every week to come over, watch a game, or play poker with the boys. I was so depressed that even the biggest role model in my life couldn't get me out of bed to hang out with him. How insane is that, dude? You got LeBron James. Hey, come over. You know what I mean? Come over,
Bro,
hang out, let's do this. You know that's it's a wild time doing that, and he's like, "Nah, I'm good."
Patriot called him Johnny 8 Ball. I'm sorry. That's funny. Patriot, that's clever as shit. That's funny right there.
That's what they should
man.
name the 30 for 30.
Yeah, absolutely. No, man, it's pretty you got to be real bad off. You can't even get out of bed to go hang out at LeBron James' house, watch the game, play a little poker with the boys. I'm sure the boys are pretty cool folks too, man. Yeah, no. I mean, you got to think about that. This guy was on top of the world. He probably wishes he'd have went back to Texas A&M and took that little $3 million or whatever they were trying to give him under the table there, because he was king of the campus down there. He got to the NFL and obviously it didn't work out and all that stuff. I mean, he did go to the Browns, which it's the Browns, but yeah, man, it's kind of crazy when you think about stuff like that, because dude was clearly in a dark place, man.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's crazy that. I mean, I don't mean to make this super dark, but it's crazy that he's still alive today. Because I mean, he could have went for the worst. With him being that depressed and all the drugs and stuff that he's doing, he could have ended up dead at some point.
Oh, it sounds like I mean, you lose 40 pounds like that strictly because you're doing drugs. Yeah, man, you definitely could have turned out a lot worse. He seems to be doing a lot better now, though, man. Seems to be.
Yeah, and who was it? Someone said, Buku says turned out to be a bad investment though. What's a football autograph? What's a Johnny football autograph worth these days? I don't know, man. If he's doing a redemption tour like this, that might increase those values of those autographs now. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. You still have like Texas A&M fans and stuff like that would especially all the money they got down there. There's a lot of those people just want to have those. They just want that football helmet like up in their man cave or whatever. They don't really care if it's worth $1 million or whatever.
Yeah. So,
but yeah, you're right, Buku.
And,
it's not worth near what they thought it was going to be worth.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's going to be worth like going forward. It's going to stay more valuable, but I mean, you got to think it's got a little bump up at least for this next little bit while he's out in the news, right?
That's what I'm saying. If I was an A&M fan, I mean, it would be worth going to buy. I wouldn't even care. Like, if you got one of those things, I'd pay you for it. If I was an A&M fan, just to have it in my man cave, that'd be pretty cool. Have an autographed Johnny football helmet